Ooh, I love this move. I really do, guys. There are parts of me that question the leadership aspect of things, but purely from a football perspective, I like it. Kevin Stefanski, the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. He was previously the head coach since 2020 in Cleveland. Now he's headed to Atlanta to coach the Falcons. 2020, his first year in Cleveland. He leads the Browns to 11-5 and a playoff win with Baker Mayfield. Then in 2023, he leads Cleveland and Joe Flacco, mind you, to 11-6 and into the playoff picture. That is impressive. That is a resume I like. 2024, 2025, they were not good years, but Stefanski has dealt with a carousel of quarterbacks, and it is really hard to develop and establish a system when you don't have a concrete guy that is set in stone who's going to be around for years and years as a play caller, as a head coach. I like the move a lot. I'll give this move a B+. I like it. I think it's really solid. I think it's a smart move for Atlanta. Now, I understand, there were leadership concerns this year in Cleveland. 100%. I had the concerns myself. I said it on the podcast here, and they remained. But I do think, like I said, the X's and O's aspect of this move makes total sense. Stefanski's either a slam dunk or a disaster hire. I don't see an in-between. And I'm leaning to slam dunk because he's hit the jackpot of offensive talent in Atlanta, which has statistically underperformed as a group. You get an immediate quarterback upgrade with Michael Penix. You get Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, established stars in the league who are still young but have proven they can get the job done at a very high level. And they're the core of your offense right now. And all you have to do is build off that. And Stefanski has led successful and talented offenses before, and the Falcons, who have not been too far off, could be in the running for a playoff seed next year, considering bringing in Stefanski, an offensive guy who's had success. There were the concerns, of course, with the Shedeur Sanders and the Dylan Gabriel situation. We've heard them. I understand. But it's also Cleveland. It's hard to judge coaches in bad environments. I don't think he made great decisions as a leader, and I think he may have lost the locker room in Cleveland. But this is a fresh start, and you're working with a new group of talent. And what's also great about Atlanta is they've made really great moves as far as bringing in young talent, youthful guys that immediately impact this roster. Nobody talks about this previous draft class for the Falcons. They literally knocked it out of the park with their first 3 picks. They were all immediate impact players. The problem in Atlanta has been very clear. The talent to success ratio is complete shit. And that's why you bring in Stefanski. Because you have the personnel offensively. You have the skill and the talent and the deep bag of players. You now have your 2 edge rushers. Xavier Watts defensively. You have young talent defensively, offensively. There is no reason in this division specifically the Falcons shouldn't be a playoff team. They should look at that standing right now with the Panthers winning the division and view it as a complete embarrassment and say, how on earth have we not made it there? With the state of this division, how on earth have we not made it to the playoffs as a division winner? So you bring in Stefanski, a guy that's made the playoffs multiple times, a guy that has run great offenses, and now you give him probably the most talent he's had, the most excitement he's had. Imagine how he'll use guys like Bijan and Kyle Pitts, who hopefully finally gets the usage that he deserves. Because we saw this year, when you give him those targets, when you give him those opportunities, he will ball out. Was it against the Bucks where he scored like 3 TDs? Fantasy managers going crazy. Finally, it happened. That should be a routine event consistently for Kyle Pitts. Bijan consistently should be smashing home runs out the park. Drake London, very, very good number 1 receiver. Mid-range wide receiver 1, I'd say, in this league. They got talent. And I think Stefanski, sure, the leadership questions. Yeah, but it's a fresh environment. You get a complete blank page. You can rewrite your story, rewrite your culture. And I think he comes in and does damage with the Falcons. I really do like it. I do think it was the right move by the Browns, by the way, to move on. I think the culture was just shot. But now he gets a new opportunity. And again, fresh starts can mean absolutely everything, and it's big. It's really big. I like the Falcons next year. I was a little bit high on them this year. They did underperform, but I am expecting a bigger year under Stefanski next season.